Alright, guys. So, last night I did my Q&A for Fantastic Four, and one of the questions I got was about if I could do a Fantastic Four miniseries focusing on one member of the Fantastic Four, who would it be? And while my favorite member of the Fantastic Four is good old Ben Grimm, he has had a lot of he's had a few ongoings as well as miniseries. And so has Johnny Storm, and even the Invisible Woman got one. But of the Fantastic Four, it's shockingly the leader of the Fantastic Four, Reed Richards, Mr. Fantastic himself, who's never gotten him, as far as my knowledge, as far to my knowledge is, he's never gotten his own miniseries. So, if I could write a Mr. Fantastic miniseries, this is the story I would use. And if you saw my Q&A last night, my Fantastic Four Q&A last night, you probably know some of the story. Well, I kind of gave it a little more thought, and I actually have, like, more of a story this time around. So, yeah. So basically, this would focus on, like I said, Reed Richards, and it would start out in the Baxter Building. Essentially, what is happening is that Mr. Fantastic has been working on like new inventions, like new ways to travel through the negative zone without disturbing the natural life there, aka pissing off Annihilus and starting another fucking annihilation wave. But as he's working on it, like like Sue comes in and is like, Reed, you know, I just came in to see how you're doing. You've been in here for hours, and he's like, yeah, I forgot what I was doing. And she's like, and Sue would be like, yeah, it makes sense. You've been in here for like 6 hours straight. Maybe you just need some rest. You have like, I would even have like, yeah, we got attacked by Mole Man and Blastar. Of course you're running yourself ragged. And he's like, no, I shouldn't. Okay, so Reed like chalks up, even though he kind of thinks in his head, oh man, this is weird. Like I've never really had like a moment where I forgot what I was doing. I've never had that problem. But maybe Sue's right. Maybe I'm just, maybe I'm just forget. Maybe it's just exhaustion. And like I'd have this moment where he's like, man, Mr. Fantastic getting tired. I'm getting old. So that would also be another thing where Reed has also kind of like, this wouldn't be like, oh, I'm Scientist Reed and I have no need for family. Come here, woman, aka my breeding machine, and, listen to me totally because I'm the man of the relationship. No, this would be a Reed Richards who's like, yeah, I have a family to attend to, but sometimes I get lost in my work. But he's also like, he's just kind of, I would have Reed like, he's having dinner with the family and he's having conversation, but like, he's distracted because like there's another moment where he's like, he actually forgets Franklin's name. Where he's just like, Franklin. And Franklin's like, Dad, what is going on here? And he's like, sorry, it's just I'm tired. I think your mom's right. I think I am getting tired. But and the next day, the Fantastic Four like get caught off guard by like, I don't know, the Wrecking Crew or some villain team, and in the midst of it, Reed literally forgets how to use his stretching power for a moment, and now he's getting worried. So Reed has like he doesn't know how to do like brain scans or whatever. He's assigned. Well, actually, no, he does. Why did I say that? He's not the only one in this story who's tired. Reed goes to have his brain, like, he uses a machine to scan his brain. I would even have it that he calls Charles Xavier to help him out. And Reed's like, Xavier's like, huh, that's disturbing. And he's like, what's wrong, Charles? And he's like, Reed, I don't know how to tell you this, but like, it feels like there's chunks of your mind gone. Has your family ever had like have like a history of dementia? Because it really does feel like you're having like onset dementia at this age. And he's like, what? So Reed is like hit with this fact that like, oh my god, I'm losing my mind. And like Sue would try to comfort him, but Reed kind of throws himself. But he's starting to get frustrated with the idea of like, I'm you know, I'm losing my mind, I'm losing myself. And he's like, even forgetting Sue's name, he's forgetting who Ben is, and it gets so bad that like he has to ask someone else to lead like the like take over the Fantastic Four for a bit, and he asks Sue to be leader of the Fantastic Four for a bit, and in response to like fill in for the role, like who's like we can't be the Fantastic Four Reed, and he's like, call Jen or, you know, Crystal or somebody, because I need to figure this out. And they're like, well, who are you going to go to talk to about this? And he's like, the only person who would probably know what to do, me. So Reed goes to find the remaining members of the Council of Reed, and he's well aware that like these guys are assholes. I don't want to deal with them, but like I have to know if anyone else in the multiverse has dealt with this. So I would have that Reed goes to meet the remnants of the Council of Reeds, which did get destroyed by the Celestials. But there are a few out there, and he goes to converse with them, and they're like, no, this never happened. Maybe you're the first one in the universe to have this problem, Richards. And then he's like, one of the Reeds poses that maybe one of your enemies has done this to you. And he's like, that motherfucker. So, yes, it would lead to him confronting Doom, and Doom would be like, Reed Richards is losing his mind? Holy shit. It sucks, but, like, I'm kind of happy. Like, I wish I'd done it, but it wasn't me. So, yeah, throughout the story, Reed would try to figure out what to do, and as he's, like, losing chunks of more of his memory. Eventually, you're probably wondering, well, who's the villain of this story? If it isn't Doom, who would be the big villain of the story? The villain would be Psycho Man. For those who don't know who Psycho Man is one of the earliest members of Fantastic Four villains. He's from the Microverse, and essentially he's a microscopic enemy. And I would have it that he has gone into Reed's brain and has like basically been decimating his brain from the inside out, trying to slowly kill him. So it would lead to like Reed having to like use his elasticity, like do battle with like putting his finger in his brain and trying to do his own like brain surgery or something like that to stop Psycho Man. So yeah, that's kind of my pitch for a Mr. Fantastic miniseries. Would I have Doom in there? Yes, but he wouldn't be the big bad. He would get involved because obviously you need Reed and Doom to have some conflict. I'd love to use the Council of Reeds, and again, it'd be cool to brush off an old Fantastic Four villain that no one uses. So yeah, I was like, yeah, Psycho Man. No one would suspect Psycho Man. Anyway, so you guys tell me in the comments below, what did you guys think of this Mr. Fantastic miniseries pitch? Do you guys like it, hate it? Comment below, let me know. Other than that, I'm Mr. Multiverse. I'll see you next time in the Multiverse.